Kia ora peeps. So it's been 1 year today since I moved into this little van of mine. So I figured I'd better make myself a video because my uploading videos of my journey has been, well, it's been a bit tragic. So, 1 year in, what's the good things? What's the bad things? What's the guts on living in a van? We'll start with some positives. One of the really cool positives is that it actually highlights what your real priorities in life are. Like, I thought I was living a pretty minimal, low key, not overly consumer driven existence, but living in a van where you've got less space and you've got less storage and you've got less makes you really think to yourself, which of these things actually matter and do I need them? And the truth is, I've got about 10% of what I had when I had a house, and my life is not worse. In a lot of ways, it's probably better. So, half the stuff you have jammed in cupboards and things like that, it's kind of bullshit. So, that was a cool sort of realization that even if I don't end up being in the van, that minimalism, I guess, is not just something for hipsters. It's actually quite a cool and refreshing feeling. The other cool thing, just more from the not working than the living in the van, but a combination of that is just the flexibility. Do what you want, do it when you want. Don't have to get up when the alarm goes. I do still have an alarm in the morning because I don't want to waste the day lying in bed doing nothing, but if I wanted to, I could, which is cool. That flexibility and freedom to just run by your own clock is, again, it's a pretty damn cool way to live. What else is good? Oh, the other people that you meet on the road are 99.9% freaking awesome people. Like, they might be older, they might be in different chapters in their lives, they might have different reasons they're living in a van, but they are all interesting and cool people. And aside from maybe one or two people who just didn't seem interested in interacting with others, which you see that in any situation. The rest of them are super cool, super helpful, super friendly, massive. Um, just the information you get from blimmin' people who've been places before, that background knowledge is massive. Yeah, even the locals too. Locals are mostly pretty keen to meet people in vans and have a yarn and share what they know about their town and their city and what's around, that you might find an opportunity or find something you never would have known otherwise, which is super rad. Um, yeah, and I guess another part of the flexibility thing is if you're sick of your surroundings, you can always drive somewhere else. And lately, I haven't been on the move so much. I've been in one location for a while, but that doesn't change the fact that when this location starts to get too much, then I can change it, which is harder to do when you have a house and a rent and a bond and all those things. So that's all pretty cool. So yeah, so those are the big positives. Now it's not all positives. It hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows. Obviously, of all the years I could have picked to take a year off work, this one had a cyclone and flooding and roads that went to crap. So it wasn't all the romanticised idea I had in my head, but that's reality. Um, in some ways, being on the road all the time, especially me as a solo traveller, it can get kind of lonely. It can get kind of boring. It can get kind of, you need human beings to talk to and you need to interact with other people. So if you're travelling with another person, I think it would be a very different journey than as a solo traveller, but that's okay. I I can talk to people through video chat, I can talk to people online, I can talk to locals where I land places. It's not an insurmountable obstacle, but it's just sometimes you need just to talk through your thinking with someone and just that sort of stuff. Um, yeah, we talked about the weather, and obviously I was thinking sunshine and rainbows and awesome beaches and all these sorts of things. I hadn't really thought about winter on the road. Now, winter on the road, especially when most of your power comes from the sun. can be a bit crap. I've never run out of power yet, but the first time that you didn't see blue skies for a week, I was a bit paranoid and I was a bit worried. And also when it's so wet outside, when outside is your second room and is 90% of your house, if the weather's so trash you can't really go out in it, then the van can get small. Now, it's not insurmountable. You can just wear wet weather gear. You can just bundle up. Totally true. But it's harder in winter. Summertime, you put up with some of the possible issues like that because you know you're going to wake up and go swimming at a really cool beach that you've never been to before, and it's wicked. Wintertime, you can still go swimming, but it's cold. So not so amazing. Other things less than positive. Just the day-to-day mundane things are more hassle in a van. Cooking, cleaning, emptying your toilet, where am I getting groceries, all of those things that when you've got a fixed space location, you learn your local routines, all of those are... Now, when you're on the move and you're in a different place all the time, that is a little bit more of a drag. And again, over the summer months, didn't even notice the drag because the positives a zillion times outweighed it. But when we got into winter and things got soggy, then when you're not swimming in a different beach every day and seeing the sunrise and seeing the sunset and stuff like that, then some of those things get a bit of a drag. Following on from that, part of it probably is I thought I was going to totally dig being the totally 100% free thing, but I realised that some stability in some things I probably do still need in my life. So even just dumb stuff like knowing your local supermarket, being able to lay down more solid roots in your community, knowing there are clubs and societies and groups locally that you can be part of. If you're in one location all the time, that stuff becomes second nature. You don't even think about it. But when you're in a different place every night or every week or whatever, then lots of that stability isn't there. And I didn't realise, because I thought I was a pretty independent, self-sufficient person, but some of that stability is still pretty helpful and stops you stressing about things and gives you less things to worry about. Yeah, so that's my kind of overview of first year on the road and first year in the van. At this stage, I don't think full-time van life is going to be my jam. I'm planning on going back to work next year. I'm still going to probably be living in the van while I head back, while I figure out exactly what the next chapter actually entails. But I'll be living in the van in a fixed location. And once I figure out that next chapter, who knows? But it's still been a cool adventure. I've still really enjoyed it. But yeah, positives. Minimalism, reprioritizing what's important in your life, 100%. This year has been a win just from that, because I didn't realise I'd become a consumer, and by a lot of people's standards I probably hadn't, but holy crap, the amount of stuff I don't need that I have has been a real eye-opener. Other campers being really cool people on the road, I think that just applies in general. I probably need to be a bit more sociable and meet more new people anyway, because new people are interesting people. We're all different, and that's what makes life cool. Meet people, talk to people, smile, laugh. It's all good shit. Yeah, negatives. 90% of the negatives, I would say, would probably be eliminated if you weren't travelling alone. If you're travelling with another person, you've got someone to talk to, you've got someone to bounce ideas with. It's you and that person on a mission to kick ass and take names. You've got that person to interact with when the skies are grey outside and it's raining and you can't really go out. Just that would probably be the one thing I would say to anyone who was thinking about getting on the road. If you're planning on travelling solo, then make sure you're happy in your own head, because yeah, and if you're thinking of travelling with someone else, I reckon that'll be massive, and do it. But yeah, 1 year in, I've rambled on like a crazy person. We'll see what the next chapter has, but so far it's been awesome. So yeah, have a good one.